Secretary of State Colin Powell said today the United States might support establishing some kind of provisional Palestinian state, possibly headed by Yasser Arafat, as a possible step toward ending the Middle East conflict. Powell acknowledged that Bush administration officials have, quote, strong views for and against this idea. Some oppose any further dealings with Arafat, especially in this U.S. election year. President Bush will discuss the Middle East tomorrow with the foreign minister of a longtime U.S. ally, Saudi Arabia. Today on Capitol Hill, there was angry and sometimes emotional criticism of U.S. cooperation with the Saudis. CBS's Thalia Ashuris reports it came from American women whose daughters are trapped in Saudi Arabia.
She looks like any other 16-year-old American girl. She is anything but.
The whole 2 years I was over there was living in fear.
Drea Davis bears the childhood scars of divorce, further complicated by conflicting cultures and laws. Her father, Khalid Shaloub, stole her away at 11, she says, to his native Saudi Arabia, where everything changed.
He would lock me inside the house. He wouldn't even let me eat with him.
In desperate secret phone calls to her mother, escape attempts were planned.
I can't stay here anymore. I know. I'd rather die than stay here.
She finally made it out, and today told her story to members of Congress, one of dozens of similar cases. American citizens, primarily girls and women, trapped in Saudi Arabia by laws that give male relatives complete control over their lives. Monica Stour's daughter is still trapped in Saudi Arabia. In a videotaped statement, Stours accuses U.S. officials of failing to help.
When I go to my embassy for help, I don't get any help. She said if we don't leave the embassy, the Marines will take us out. The U.S. Marines.
Ethel Stours is Monica's mother. Like her daughter, she pleaded with Congress today for help in winning the release of her now 19-year-old granddaughter, Amjad.
Amjad was fed on the floor on a piece of newspaper like an animal because they were American dogs. That's what they were called.
But why does he not want Amjad to leave?
They won't let any women leave without the husband or the father's consent.
Critics contend U.S. administrations have failed to uphold American laws against kidnapping. But the State Department says their hands are tied by Saudi laws.
We deal with these cases within the framework of the laws of the country where our citizens are located.
Today, 13 members of Congress delivered a letter to the White House requesting that Saudis who are holding U.S. citizens against their will not be given visas to enter this country. Thalia Ashuris, CBS News, Washington.
Next here on the CBS Evening News, a hard news eye on America, a foamy defense against bio attacks and other new weapons in the war on terror.
The CBS Evening News and tonight's Eye on America segment are sponsored by Aflac. Ask about it at work.